Hey everybody, welcome back to the comment section. We are stuck in the midst of a sportsless spring. Poker guy, how you doing out there, man?
I'm good, brother. So it's kind of like an anniversary today. We're in episode 50. So
Yes,
we were
sir.
talking just before that episode 50 is going to be kind of like an exciting episode for a couple of reasons, because something about hand jobs. You were saying?
Well, actually, yeah, this is it. It's a hand job of comment section episodes in the sense of, episode 100. That's a big one. We'll get there soon enough. But for now, we're here at episode L. All right. Or maybe we should just start doing all of our fucking when we do things on the pod, release it. This is episode L. We'll do everything
Like
in
the
Roman
Super Bowl?
numerals. Yeah, it'll be pretentious like that. It's
Add a
sports
little bit
themed.
of class to it. Yeah, a little bit of class to it.
Sophistication
We'll
as
get some
we move forward here with things.
I don't think that's going to make us sophisticated. I think people can pick up how sophisticated we really are just on the material and the topics that we discuss,
Exactly. I mean, so we're talking. It's not only is this a hand job episode because it's episode 50, but we got a couple hand job topics. Bobby Kraft, we're coming for you later on, and we got a couple other things to consider on that front. So we're going to be delving deep into that. But real quick, we do have a couple announcements to make. We got a little pivot coming. We are still going to stay with the sports, but holy fuck, there's not a lot to talk about. So we're going to have to kind of scale that back a bit if you haven't noticed. So we're still going to be, it's sports and poo and dick jokes is kind of where we're going to, that's going to be our lanes moving forward. And then, obviously poker guys, patented transphobia, Hannah Monsi, if you don't know her, you haven't been listening. But so we're going to stick with that, and we're going to break it up a little bit as the pods go along. We're going to hit up sports, pop culture, and then we will settle into everybody's favorite, the fall of Rome. It's really going to be the back half of every podcast. And then we're going to have to break these up into like an hour a piece for technical purposes.
Yeah, because we use Zencastr, and Zencastr, free plug, is good, but also terrible. So if you're thinking about starting a pod, use Zencastr, but only make the podcast an hour long. You'll understand. You'll thank us later.
If they get longer than an hour, you get this thing called audio drift. So at the end of that last pod, I don't know what the fuck happened, but your audio is 5 seconds off of mine. So you got to go back in little segments in your audio editor and then edit it back. So it's like, it's not people screaming over each other about shit that doesn't make sense. So you got to fucking find it and cut it down. Real pain in the ass, but if you keep them shorter, not as big of an issue.
Right,
plus,
so we'll
with Comcast out there, fucking data capping pieces of shit. And keep the episodes a little bit smaller for everybody.
Yeah, so fuck Comcast, but let's get it going. Let's talk about some sports. I know you're probably creaming over there about a certain Nicholas Foles. He said he's going somewhere.
So here we go. Foles watch is on. All right. So we started a noodle alarm watch. We're gonna continue. That's gonna be a big part again of our NFL preview. Is where are people on the noodle alarm? Eli Manning. Guess what? He's still in the NFL. I got a feeling PG that he's got a fucking iron grip on that number one spot for me. It is his namesake watch list, the Peyton Manning noodle alarm watch list. Guy's not on as Nick Foles, but he's got his own watch list. Big Dick Nick. Where you heading, buddy? Looks like he's free. The Eagles say they're not going to use a franchise tag on him. They don't want to have to do the cap gymnastics. What are they going to get out of it? Who the fuck knows? So he's free. And I hope he's heading to Jacksonville. I know a lot of other people do. Washington's been tossed around. Not a bunch of spots out there, man. Like, there's not a ton of places to go, which makes you think that there's a lot of good quarterbacks, but there's a lot of shitty quarterbacks, which is really weird.
It's just a lot of quarterbacks that they've hitched to. So now it's kind of like too late to like get, you know what I mean? It's too late to kind of like bird and turn tail and run.
Yeah.
Let's just go through these teams. Let's just go through these teams. Patriots have a quarterback. Eagles, they have a quarterback. I think they chose the wrong one. Dallas has a quarterback. Redskins need one. Packers have one. Niners.
They got Jimmy G.
They signed him.
They got
too much money in him. Too much money. Steelers have one. Jets, they got the future in Sam Darnold. Is that his name?
It's a short list. I mean, it's basically you're talking Miami. Denver just traded for Flacco, so they're off the list. So you're talking Miami, Jacksonville,
But the Bills.
Washington, potentially New York if they were to move on from Eli, but I don't see them moving on from Eli for Nick Foles. I don't know. And then, we got what's interesting. The only thing is, so we'll kind of pivot off of Nick Watch here. The other thing that is coming up about quarterbacks, we're talking quarterbacks, Kyler Murray, the Oklahoma quarterback, Heisman Trophy winner, he finally got measured. So they took a fucking tape measure to his ass.
And he's 5'6", right?
No, he's 5 feet 10 and 1/8 inches. So Russell Wilson, Future's
5'10",
kid's dad, he's 5 feet 10 and 5/8 inches. So Kyler Murray's only half an inch shorter than Future's kid's dad. So I don't know.
That's dangerous. Yeah,
if it's undoable. And after that came out, there's been a lot of hullabaloo that Arizona might be like, you know what, fuck it. Fuck you, Josh Rosen. You are a rat. You're a snitch. We're going to talk a little bit more about snitching later. And you snitched at Patty Mahomes for selling that weed. We don't trust you. And you are off to Miami for a first-round pick. I mean, is that doable?
Really?
I mean, what do you think about that? I mean, that's not the craziest thing. I'm sure somebody somewhere has pulled that out of their ass.
I would be scratching my head.
But just
I would
be like,
scratching my head. I'd be like, what the fuck?
Rosen to Miami.
What the fuck?
Boom. I mean, I wouldn't do that because it's basically, all right, if they're going to take Murray at number 1, then you got Dwayne Haskins, that Ohio State dude. You got him. I'd rather have him than I'd rather have anybody than Josh Rosen. I hate that guy. I knew he was going to become hated.
Though. He's a rookie, no? That was his first year he played.
He was a rookie. Josh. His coach sucked. Everything about it sucked. But still, I mean, watch his tape and then watch Kyler Murray's tape. Who do you want? I want Kyler Murray.
Well, you're the
king of the all 22, bro. Like, you're the guy breaking it down. Cover 2.
Here's the thing. It's like, I'll give you a breakdown. This is what it is really quick. Is like everything's about markets, emerging markets kind of thing. Like Russell Wilson, that era has passed. He was cool like in 2012. Defenses were, wow, the run option is neat. It's cool. Like RG3 came around. It was fun and festive. But defenses took 20 minutes, watched them all 22, like myself, and we figured it out.
Yeah.
So it's like you just force the fucking guy to throw and keep putting pressure on him. And if they can't throw, and if Kyler Murray can't throw, you probably shouldn't be wasting a first-round pick on him. So
just blast the double A gap blitz, right? And isn't that what they do?
It just
pressure
remains
up the middle,
to be
right?
seen. Pressure up the no pressure up the middle, but
pressure
it just remains to be seen. And I think sending Josh Rosen to Miami is fucking stupid. I would never do that as Miami, but what's the guy's
Miami
name?
That's dumb. If I was Arizona,
that's what
I don't know where Miami's at in the draft order. I mean, they're in the top 15
Miami's
probably.
Fucking garbage, dude. Miami's trash. Miami is dumb enough to do that trade. I wouldn't be surprised if I don't know. Miami decision making isn't the greatest, but I have a big conspiracy. It really doesn't matter who wins as long as the NFL wins all together. And there's a certain couple franchises where you dump contracts in.
As long as your Miami is a contract dump conspiracy theory.
It is. It's a contract dump ground, dumpster fire. And I mean, you see it. You see it with the contracts that they fucking pull. It doesn't make any sense.
All right, so Miami's got the 13th pick. If you're Miami, all right, who do you want to be? You're Miami. I don't want to be Miami. You're in Florida.
I'll be Miami.
You got to be Miami.
I'll be Miami.
So you're Miami, and I'm coming to you. I'm Steve Keim. I've had a few cocktails. I just got out of my car. Glad I didn't get pulled over. Just gave the guy who I pay to blow in my little breathalyzer thing while I'm driving. Just tipped him out, and I'm getting on the phone with you. And I'm getting ready to call you and ask you.
Am I Mike Tannenbaum? Am I Mike Tannenbaum or am I?
I think Mike Tannenbaum got fucking canned, which is apropos. He was fucking terrible.
He did?
I think so. You're whoever's in charge of Miami. We'll pretend like you're Mike Tannenbaum. Yeah, because if you're Mike Tannenbaum, I might be able to get this deal done. So let's be real about that.
I'm Mike Tannenbaum.
So you're Mike Tannenbaum. So that's an advantage for me. So
I'm like 6 mojitos in.
Yeah.
I'm not. I can't see. One eye's closed.
How you doing? I got a question for you. Woo! I've had a few
What's up,
drinks.
brother? Just got a massage. Feeling good.
You go to Bobby's spot? Did you head to Bobby's spot and get the?
No, I didn't go. Bobby recommended another one because Bobby's still down there.
I see that place got shut down, man. That's tough times for Bob, man. I haven't been there. I've been watching. I'll be honest, man. I have been watching the news because fucking I've been there like 9 times, but it was 3 years ago. I don't know how long they've been doing this investigation, but that's a hell of a spot. Sad to lose it. Hell of a spot. Sad to lose it. Pour one out for Bob.
Those massages were coming in at a balmy $70. It was a little out of my price range. So Bobby, he recommended some new ones for me. So they're coming in at a balmy $50.
Nice,
50 being the number of hand jobs.
Next time we're in town, you have to show me those. But hey, anyhow, as I'm calling, I got a proposition for you. I got Josh Rosen for that number 13 pick. What are your thoughts? Send that my way. Get yourself a future franchise quarterback.
I'm stupid. I'm dumb, and I'm intoxicated. So I think that's a good choice. I like it. I like it, but I'll tell you what, you're gonna need to kind of grease my palms a little bit. I'm gonna be in Phoenix in a couple weeks, and I'm gonna need some massages. So you're gonna need to recommend some massage parlors to me, and maybe I can go yachting later on your yacht.
I can do you one better. I can do you one better. I know a guy who knows Meghan Markle's sister. All right,
done.
And there you go. Done. All right,
done.
Good. She's a
deal's been made.
Deal's done. Let Josh know. Send him. Brian will send him the playbook.
Let the factory that we own in Nicaragua, let them know that instead of pressing the Rosen jerseys on the reds, imprint them on the greens, and we'll get it going. Yeah. We'll get it going.
Call Roger. Tell him to rally. Tell him to send that way. Tell him to start pressing out those red Murray jerseys too, because that's the next move there.
Boo.
But
boo, boo, Roger. Boo. Well, that's a good little reenactment, man. I feel like that's probably how it goes down. It's like, dude, I will take this stupid contract, but grease my fingers up a little bit.
Yeah, grease my pole a little bit. Yeah. Like, let's fucking do it. So let's talk a little bit more about the NFL. The NFL Combine's going on right now. Outside of watching the film and breaking down the film, that's important. Let's not dismiss that. It always comes back to the tape, everybody. It always comes back to the tape. Mm-hmm. But every now and then you'll see some Combine superstars, some guys that break out, become a hot talk of everything. And I got caught up in watching the NFL Combine, and that is one of the boringest things you could ever fucking watch. But yet somehow you just
on the Golf Channel.
You just like keep watching it.
You watch it on the Golf Channel?
No, on the NFL Network. So I was watching defensive linemen run 40s. I was literally just fucking sitting there, like watching defensive linemen run 40-yard dashes. I'm like, 4.89. That's pretty quick for a guy that size. I'll tell you what, he's got a future in the league. I think. I don't know. Is that quick? I don't know. Rich Eisen said it was quick.
I don't know.
But so that's ridiculous. I'm not gonna watch any more of that. As soon as they started doing these like basketball drills where they're just like running forward and backward and all that, I'm like, all right, now we're really like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh my god!
I'm not gonna sit here.
This guy's yoked.
And listen to somebody talk about like, oh, look how he breaks his hips down. It's like, no.
There's so many things you could be doing.
It's one thing when it's like
than sitting there listening to fucking people talk about sports. You know what I mean? Right, people.
Yeah, right. It's a ridiculous thing to do. Do something fucking better with your time.
I've just seen this picture of this guy. He is fucking yoked, dude. He is jacked. Oh my god.
So you're talking about Metcalf. So this guy Metcalf, he's a whiteout from University of Mississippi. He's fucking huge.
He's huge.
All right, just Mississippi. Well, Google it. Mississippi whiteout Metcalf. They're saying he's got 1% body fat. I don't think that's possible.
Whatever. He's less than 5. So either way, it's impressive. It's amazing.
The only thing that matters is that that people are looking at your body and having conversations about whether or not it has 1% body fat.
It's actually 2,
right?
2%.
Like, oh,
2%.
Who cares? From what I heard that bodybuilders tend to get down to like 3 or 4%. When they hit like the stage.
I feel like I'm at
maybe,
like 30%.
I don't fucking. I have no sources on that. Like, I don't know what that is.
Dude, you're looking pretty skinny, man. I seen that holiday card that you sent me, which I do appreciate. You sent me that card. You were looking skinny as fuck, dude. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, I'm just trying to stay off the metformin, you know? Like, that's just like where you want to be off.
Yeah, you don't want to be on the metformin. So why are we still talking about this
6%,
guy?
I guess 5 to 6%.
Why are we still talking about
I don't know. I don't know what the fuck we're talking. We're talking about the combine. We're talking about that dude that's jacked. Let's fucking move on. All right, Greg Schiano, our good friend Greg Schiano, friend of the podcast. Hey, Greg, how you doing out there? Good to see him land on his feet in New England. He's got a friend in Bill Belichick. They're like fucking Woody and what was Buzz Lightyear?
Woody and Buzz.
They're like Woody and Buzz. Reunited, they're hanging out. A couple of fucking hardcore East Coast guys. Those are gonna be some fun fucking Patriots practices this year. I'll tell you that much. They're really bringing the fucking sunshine into the building in New England. So, but who the fuck cares, right? They just won another Super Bowl, so I guess that's got to make for a good working environment.
Greg Schiano, does he smile a lot, man? Who's he replacing? He's replacing the defensive guy. What is it? Bob Flowers? Bill Flowers? The fuck his name is?
Brian Flores. Brian Flores.
So he's gone. His ass went to Miami. He's head coach of Miami.
Killer update. Killer.
No, I'm asking. I'm asking you.
That's a great Brian Flores update. That's a great Brian Flores update. You all follow up to that?
That was a question mark on that.
Yeah.
And have a good evening, San Diego. What is it in Anchorman? He says when they throw a question mark at the end of that prompt.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean that's how they get Veronica Corningstone to plot her revenge. It's like he'll read anything.
Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
You go fuck yourselves. So that was a Poker Guys Greg Schiano update and Brian Flores. So you've been updated on pretty much half the goddamn AFC East. So sit tight for another few weeks. Now I'm sure you'll do a killer draft preview for you. You'll be able to get that done.
I don't know. I haven't been watching sports. I've been totally off sports, bro. I've been I'm done with sports.
So last thing on the sports. Then we're gonna get into talking. I guess Bob Kraft is a little bit.
Yeah, let's just talk about Bobby. We talk about Schiano.
Let's hit the Lakers up real quick, and then we'll get into Bob Kraft.
Why? Let's talk about Bobby. Let's talk about Bobby right now. We're talking about Schiano and the Patriots.
So Lakers suck, and Jordan's better than LeBron.
LeBron doesn't like playing defense. He still drinks wine on Instagram.
LeBron doesn't fucking play D. He's a bitch. Is he a bitch now? No.
Who, LeBron?
Is he?
He's been a bitch. Yeah, he's been a bitch. Yeah.
Has he been a bitch? KD's a bitch.
KD's a fucking
LeBron just is
bitch.
Fucking.
My favorite's Chris Paul.
Playing fucking.
Chris Paul's the best. Chris Paul, he's throwing temper tantrums on the floor. He's like a little baby. You just want to give him his little winky. He shuts the fuck up. Chris Paul is he's the biggest bitch.
He's a big little bitch. But he's like a little bitch, but he's like 6'4". He's like kick anybody we know's ass.
And my ass. Just kidding, Chris Paul. Just kidding. You're a nice guy. You're awesome.
Yeah, just kidding, dude. Like that's a good. You totally deserve those last 3 years of that contract. Your hamstrings are gonna be fine, bro. All right, they're gonna be fine. You're gonna be good. All right, let's talk Bob Kraft. We've been teasing this.
So
he's been getting teased.
So he's getting accused of a couple things, because this is all allegedly. This is all alleged.
All alleged.
Some driver dropped him off at a massage parlor, and he walked in, and then he walked out.
Where was this massage parlor? Was it like a swanky town, or
this was This isn't downtown Miami. This is in one of the suburbs outside of West Palm Beach. So it's inconspicuous and out of the way. But it's actually, from what I understand, the massages were pretty cheap. They were like $70 or something, like $50. Wasn't even that.
So let me ask you this:
$6 billion is getting $70 fucking blowjobs. Like, come on, brother. You can't afford a little bit more than that. Dude, I'll give you a blowjob for $100,000. You give me $100,000, bro. I'll suck your fucking dick, bro. Give me some of that money, bro. Yeah. But for 70, I ain't doing that for 70, man.
No, every man's got his price, right? But here's the thing, like, Is this in an indoor mall or an outdoor mall? I heard it was a mall strip joint.
Yeah, Florida has all strip joints. It's a strip joint.
So it's a strip joint.
Yeah.
Okay. I was hoping it was like at a full-scale mall where he could like head into Hot Topic and like perv out on some of the younger ladies in there, and then like hit up Auntie Anne's.
Yeah, go to Mrs. Fields.
Get a fucking really good pretzel. Get that going, fill his belly.
Rope some chicks, and then stroll into Abercrombie, rub his dick on those young 16-year-old women.
He's just heading through the women's section, just rubbing his cock on all the sweaters.
It's for my granddaughter. It's for my granddaughter.
And then he's just I'm just looking for something for my granddaughter. God damn it, get away from me.
Goes into Sharper Image.
Did you know who I am?
Goes into Sharper Image. He manginas his dick, sits on the massage chair, gets all worked up. Strolls into. Where else is he going? I think he's a Mrs. Fields kind of guy. I don't think he's an Auntie Anne's guy.
He's heading into Lids for sure. He's definitely popping into Lids, getting a fucking straight rim, leaving the sticker on, cruising around, listening to Meek Mill, like fucking, and then his beep goes off on his iPhone. Oh fuck yeah, 2:50.
Yeah.
Got him off 3 o'clock.
Yeah,
I got him at 3 o'clock. I better fucking get going.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Crank up this Cardi B on my headphones and get fucking moving. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, and he's just dressed all regular, just jeans, very nice jeans. They're nice jeans.
Got it from Hollister,
sold to him at the Buckle by some fucking prick commenting on his relative size. And then he's just staying incognito, man. No, he's not Robert Kraft today. He's old TugJob Bobby today. All right? He's having a little TugJob Bobby afternoon. Because, I'm going to talk about some people here later on who fucking literally dress up in these like doll suits to escape from themselves in reality. And that's what Bobby does. He doesn't have a suit, but he puts his hat on. He's doing his own. He hangs out with Mark Wahlberg. You know how you always see Mark Wahlberg? It's like, oh, fuck, there's Mark Wahlberg trying to not be noticed as being Mark Wahlberg, but why are there these pictures of him looking like that? It doesn't make any sense. He's not very good at it, apparently. But he's just got his hat on, his jeans.
I'm just a regular guy.
He's not Robert Kraft.
I'm just a regular guy.
He's not Robert Kraft.
Regular guy.
Just a regular dude.
Got my Nikes on. I got my fitted jeans, my Nike, my fitted jeans, my hoodie, my fucking snapback.
Oh, shit.
Listen to some Cardi. Fucking.
Got some fucking cheese dip on my hoodie. All right, I'm going to get that off of there. And he's just heading in there. He's going to get a little bit of fucking water out of the little water dispenser. And he's just waiting. You got 8 minutes left.
He's got glasses on. He's probably got glasses on at this point, like checking girls out.
He's definitely got glasses on at this point.
Yeah.
And he's just
like dark as fuck, too. You can't see his pupils, so he's talking to the chick.
The transition lenses that never transition.
Right? Yeah,
they're Hannah Mouncy lenses.
Nice. Yeah, they don't transition. That's good. That's a good one. I like that.
Fucking. So Bobby's just sitting there.
So he's talking to the secretary. He's confirming his appointment because you can't just sit down and drink water. He's got to sign in, and he's not signing in. He's looking at the girl's titties. You know what I mean? He's looking at her titties.
Yeah.
He's salivating.
I've got a 3 o'clock for Ronald Sterlington. Yeah, Ronald Sterlington. Yeah. Yeah, you can call me Ronnie. You can call me Ronnie. Have a seat. No problem.
Hey, are you still in high school?
Ronnie.
Or you going to school?
Yeah.
What do you do for fun? Oh, cool.
So he ain't Bobby Kraft today. He's TugJob Ronnie. All right, so he's TugJob Ronnie. So TugJob Ronnie, he had in there, and apparently old TugJob Ronnie had been to that place a couple times.
For years.
Because he's got multiple charges.
Apparently they got him on camera. They got him on camera.
Yeah, they got him on camera.
Yeah. Well, they got TugJob Bobby. They got some guy wearing a fitted and glasses. It could be anybody, but they got some guy wearing a.
Here's the deal. Yeah, I hope he goes full Shaggy defense on this, and he's just like. Who is it? That's not me. But do you know who that guy is? That's not me. That's TugJob Ronnie.
That's TugJob.
Robert Kraft.
That's TJR, brother. I don't know that guy, but he's been hitting this joint up for years, and I'm enraged. He's giving us a bad name. TJR, brother. I don't like him. I say we go after him. Let's get him. Fucking get this motherfucker.
He calls all the workers as a witness. It's like, who's that? I don't know who that guy is. Do you know Bob Kraft? No, we don't know Bob Kraft.
I never seen him before in my life. I never seen him. I don't know him. Don't murder me. And
I don't know anyone named Bob. I do know this guy named Ronnie.
no, that's not Bob. That's Ronnie. That's Ronnie. No, that's Ronnie.
Get his fucking driver up there. Like, sir, you were driving Mr. Kraft that day. What were his last words as he exited the limo? He rolled down the window and he said, Jerry. I was like, yes, Mr. Kraft. He's like, it's not Mr. Kraft. I was like, yes, sir. He's like, yes, TugJob Ronnie. He's like, pick me up at 7. I was like, yes, sir.
Pick me up in 2 hours,
yes,
brother.
Sir.
I'll be inside, fucking, rubbing my dick on things.
yeah.
I think it's a pretty open and shut case, dude. Like, this guy. Well, here's the thing. I was telling you beforehand. My parents, they live nearby, like down in kind of West Palmish area, and we were going through the news, and it looks like they've been handing out certificates of congratulations to Mr. Robert Kraft about how good he is. They gave him an award. They've been giving him all these awards, kind of building up his character, almost in a strategic manner, knowing that this might hurt their friend. So they kind of been going out and giving him these little awards.
They're just trying to layer it on there.
Exactly.
Like, Bob would never do that.
This guy's donating millions
of
of dollars to foundations and anti-abuse organizations. He's not the type of guy to go into a strip joint and pull his dick out for a happy ending. He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that. Not our Robert.
He's in a committed relationship with a 39-year-old woman. I know he's 75. I mean 75. Like, goddamn.
He wears Nikes. He's got to fit it on, for Christ's sake. He's a good man.
He knows Meek Mill, for shit's sake, all right? He knows Meek Mill. He'd never do that. He's about getting people out of jail, not putting people in jail.
He danced with Cardi B, okay?
Fuck off.
He danced with Cardi B, all right? He knows her at a personal level. You can't trust Cardi B. Yeah. Who can't you trust? Who can you trust?
He flew into jail with J-Lo and A-Rod, all right? So
he's probably got a gnarly dick, bro. He's probably got this like, you know what I mean? It's been in and out of people's vaginas and stuff, like all over the world. It's probably got a second dick.
What if it's this? Like, what if he's got? You watch Always Sunny, right?
I don't want to get into that. I know you love Always Sunny. I know you're a big fan.
Love Always Sunny. You're not as big on it, but what if he's just got a Frank Reynolds monster hog?
Oh yeah.
Where he's just got a magnum dong, like where he's just saying to himself, he's like, I'm pleading guilty. And they're gonna have to bring those tapes into court.
Right.
I want the world to see what I got going on down there.
What I got to pay like $1 million fine, whatever. Take a mold of my dick, pass it around the office, let them hold it, let them see that I'm suffering. I need to release this beast. There's so much
like the
pressure
micro penis guy.
Well, the opposite, obviously, the opposite of the micro penis guy, But he's going into this wholeheartedly. Like, I want to be charged. And I don't mind getting convicted as long as the world knows how big my dick is. It probably is, dude. It's probably still 40.
As long as they know.
It's probably an extra 3 inches of girth around it just because of all the fucking warts that are growing on that shit. But you know what I mean? What do I know? I don't know. I don't live a life like that.
It used to be mostly cylindrical. Now it's a big cauliflowered. But you still can see the general shape of things. Yeah. And it's impressive in size.
It's like really ribbed, like really ribbed. You know what I mean? It's like super mega
ribbed dick.
It's got like dicks on the dicks. It's got like 2 or 3 growing off from the sides. It's kind of shaped like a Y at this point, but it gets the job done. You can
actually get 2 jobs done at once if it needs to. So let's go ahead. Bob, we believe you. Bob Kraft allegedly. Remember, everyone, it's all allegedly until the judges bang the gavel.
Who's really the victim here?
Oh, actually, there's a very dark side to this, where the woman providing those services to either Bob Kraft or TugJob Ronnie, whoever's on that tape, she was essentially a fucking like hostage and slave and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, that's what was going on. It was a sex trafficking operation. It wasn't just like a regular, like busting Johns with their fucking Annie Ann's pretzels. It was like, we got some horrifying things happening here, and we need. The lady was like being forced to live like in the back of the place, like in like a little. I don't know. I didn't go into that too much because it takes some of the laughability, I guess, off of the other parts of it. But it's not to diminish the horrifying things that do happen in the world. thoughts and prayers to all involved there.
I like Robert Kraft. Obviously. We don't obviously don't approve of sexual trafficking. We obviously don't like that.
But that's one of the things. Believe it or not, we're against it. We're against that in general. Let's go ahead. Last thing on sports.
Took a turn for the worse.
I want to go ahead. Let's go ahead and ease out of that. Fucking transition into something less horrifying. Maybe equally as horrifying. We're going to do a quick segment called No Googling. All right. So no Googling by you, by me, or by any of the listeners. If you can answer it at home, you can answer it at home. But I got a question for you. I have 2 questions for you.
Is this sports trivia? What are you doing? Is giving me some sports trivia here? What's going on?
So this is sports trivia. All right.
All right.
And I haven't looked any of this up. I only have the questions. So one of them I don't know the answer to. The other one I might be able to do it. Okay. So Bryce Harper, he just signed a $330 million contract. He's a baseball player.
All right.
I saw that, and I saw something on baseball about the Yankees. Sports Center was on real quick, and I was like, is it fucking baseball season? It's not baseball season, is it? That's a question to you. Is it baseball season already? And if not, when does baseball season start?
I know that
like regular season.
I know that spring training exists, and the fact that I know spring training exists, I'm using deductive reasoning to know that the baseball season hasn't fully started yet. They're probably just getting the spring training going. I want to say that it'll probably start around the beginning of April. That's my guess. I don't know shit. I don't know shit about baseball, dude. I don't know a goddamn thing about it. I can name a couple guys. I know Bryce Harper, Clayton Kershaw. There's that.
Okay,
guy.
Stop. That was my next question. All right, so March 28th. You were right. March 28th is opening day.
Boom.
So next question to you: can you name 5 baseball players?
Yeah.
Major League. Can you do them?
I'll try.
So Bryce Harper, boom. There's one.
Bryce Harper,
Clayton Kershaw. I heard that one.
He's like the upcoming guy. He's like the new guy. He's been the hero though. He's not a villain. He's been a hero. He
sucks in the postseason. I think that's his thing.
I didn't even know there was a baseball postseason. Anyways, what about there's Derek Jeter? Jeter dog. Does that count?
No, he's been retired for like 5 years.
What about Barry Bonds?
No, for a while.
What about Babe Ruth?
Okay, yeah. Now you're just trolling.
No.
So you got 2. You can get 2.
I got two.
Aaron Judge, that big dude from the Yankees. No, and then Manny Machado. They said something about him. He doesn't run very hard. That's all I know about that guy. That's slack
the Boston guy. Is that the Boston?
It was Baltimore. I think he played for Baltimore.
Oh, Baltimore.
And let's see, we can get a CC Sabathia. He still plays.
Oh, he's the Boston guy. He's the Boston guy
he's the New York guy. All right, you don't know a goddamn thing about
who's
baseball.
The guy who widowmakers like all of on the Red Sox? He like widowmakers these balls, and he's like this like fat Dominican guy, and he runs at like 3 miles an hour.
Oh, Big Papi, David Ortiz.
That's the guy.
He retired.
He did
a couple years ago.
Okay.
Yeah,
he was cool because he'd knock it out of the park, and then he would just kind of be all right. You just walk around, and then he'd have like a hot dog. You know what I mean? When he was against the stand, he'd have like a hot dog around in third base. There's a guy walking out with like a nice hot dog for him with like horseradish and onions and shit. He'd be like, oh, nice. He's the best.
Awesome. There used to be this hot dog cart outside the strip club in Tucson, Arizona. That it's just because you're drunk and whatever, it's late, but swear to God, they had some of the best hot dogs I've ever eaten.
Are you let me ask you.
I guess there are a number of people that could say that. What's that?
Are you a hot dog man or a hamburger or a hamburger cheeseburger man?
So if I'm if I'm showing up at a barbecue and they're like, you can have whatever, I'm probably gonna do a cheeseburger and a hot dog. If you're telling me Sophie's Choice, both these kids are slipping out of my hands, I can only grab one of them, keep them from falling off the cliff, I'm going to grab the hot dog.
Wow.
That's the one I'm grabbing.
Wow.
Yeah. For the most part. I feel like
depending the hot dog is such a simple meal. It's like so blah.
It is. It's
you know.
I was looking at something and they were like, it's delicious. It's a bunch of different meats all in one. All right, so it's like a fucking, it's amazing. Oh, it was F is for family. That's what that was.
F is for family.
But
Bill Burr.
No, I mean the hot dog. Oh, here's a little bit of a hot dog trivia for you. Do you know how to eat a hot dog?
I
properly?
eat it. I like eating it long ways. You know what I mean?
Sideways like a man, right? Isn't that how that's done?
Exactly. I don't want to be inserting it.
You eat it sideways like a fucking sandwich. Just
like
a falling everywhere.
Yeah. That's funny you say that. When we were in
I ain't
college,
no queer.
me
I ain't no
and
queer.
my friends the one joke that kind of me and my friends would always say is like, you eat the corn on the cob long ways. And that's what we would always just say that to each other. Like, I don't know why, but that for me is just so funny, you know? Because I just imagine this guy eating corn on the cob, like just like a dick, you know what I mean? It's like the
just chopping it off with his top teeth, just like scraping it,
getting those teeth in there.
Shovel.
You can't win. You can't win at that point. You're doing it wrong. You're hurting it.
Yeah, you're doing that. You're doing that wrong. All right, so that's what we got for sports. Let's move on. Pop culture here.
Let's. What do you think about this? You might want to cut this, leave it out. Okay, you might want to leave this in. I don't give a fuck. Why don't we cut this out and then upload this as a sports thing? Because I know for a fact your wife is going to be like, I'm not listening to the first 30, 40 minutes of this podcast if there's sports involved. Why don't we cut it here and be like, that's our sports segment. We'll do a sports thing. And then we'll go back in and redo pop culture and goofy shit. What do you think?
All right, well, you heard it there. All right, so I'm going to cut it right here. That'll be in part 1. We'll see you back here for part 2.
Bye, guys.